Hey guys, before I go to sleep, I want to see if this is that guy. Usually he drives his bike, but today he's not. Today he's not, and yeah, that's him. That's it. I think it is. Yeah, yep, same one. Same one, but he's not on the bike today. The one I showed you was on the bike, and he's not on it. But I wanted to see because he doesn't live around here at all. And so they start creeping around at night, going in between people's cars and doing things. And there's a bike over there too. But yeah, that's him. Yeah, he usually waits for that other guy, but they're both wicked. I'm telling you. This whole town is something wrong with them. Yeah, he knows I videoed him, and it ain't the first time. And they don't have no sense. And where's the immigration? This is the kind of people that don't need to be here. He doesn't have any support. He's been here a long time. Doesn't do anything. So anyways, I just want to report that because that's why I don't get sleep here. The fucking, all the hotels around here bringing dirty ass people in here. Real tourists want to stay here. They go down to the beach and stay. You don't have any junkies in your freaking hotels around here. I'm sorry to say so, but it's true. Cops are always over there. But I don't trust this guy. He has his bike. It's not like he lost his bike. All of a sudden, he ain't riding his bike. He's walking through, trying to disguise himself off the bike. But he never sits there unless his friend's there. That guy up the street, he lives way down over there. Towards the end on Freeman. But yeah, it's really sad to see such a beautiful little place. We grew up and all our memories are, like fun, nice schools. There was no gates around our schools. They were all open. I had a park for a school. We had parks in our schools, and so they were nice, and they had, after school you can go play caroms, and that's what we grew up on, like little carom boards, balls, and they have a big old wall, in the school grounds. It was all open. On the weekends we'd go play handball there, the whole, baseball, they got a little baseball field there. It's always been there. A rocket, we grew up having like a rocket and all kinds of stuff, in our school playing, hardcore playing, bars going. That's one thing they took out is we used to have bars that we'd go around the bars, and they'd have those big old fat bars for when you were younger, like training bars, and then they had those big old bars, other bars. My brother Dimples was really good on those bars. He used to do handstands. My brother used to do handstands and stay on his head for a long time. Stand on his hands. But he used to go around in the bars like an acrobat, my brother. And I was good on the bars too, but not like my brother Eddie. He was the best on the bars. He was the best on the bars. But anyways, back to this guy, he throws rocks, and he has something in his hand, something on their keychains that pop. Something pops out, and they do that with their handlebars too. These guys are real clever. Well, they think they're real clever. But this car right here, this parked right here, that's the one that got out. They parked. They went, they got a small little toy out of the back, and the guy, you can tell, he kept trying to fuck up my car right here. They're already fucking up my bumper and shit. Here comes some. And he walked along, and he was already in between my car, okay? He was already in between there. He had his boy in between there. And instead of telling his son to go out to the sidewalk, his wife stayed in the street on purpose. He walks him along real close to my car, rubbing my car. I asked him, why didn't you put your son on the sidewalk when you were in between there? And he acted stupid, but he got a fishing pole out. And as he got the fishing pole, he waited till he got to my back right here. And all of a sudden, he was telling his son something. And his son opened up the thing and was rubbing it on the side of my car. And see, and then she just threw something right now at me. So, the whole neighborhood's acting weird, and they're watch this guy with his flowers. They got a party. I'm gonna walk on the side of my car, and that's what I've been doing. They've been walking. They wait and they walk in the middle of the street. He might not, but all the rest of them do. But I'll just go around the car. There ain't no room here. There might be a party or something going on over here. But all these people, yeah, see, there must be a party, and that's what that girl do. Because see that house over there, a couple houses down? I had to complain about them because they kept throwing rocks at my truck. Because there's a house right next door that has a lot of rocks in it. And they used to drink and drink and drink and drink and drink and drink. And piss right out in the curb, right out here. They open their car door and they would piss right. And girls, young girls, teenagers, it would be on the weekends and stuff. And one day they were doing that, and a lady and a bunch of kids were going by, but they were pretending, like they didn't see it. They were turning, and they don't like to say anything. But, if you're going to have people over, you need to offer them a restroom, And so they were constantly doing it over and over and over and over and over. And they were constantly trying to bust my back window out, throwing rocks. Those dudes over there, and they have a cop in their family. He's supposed to be, I seen him one day. He's a little punk. He's, not a big dude or anything like that. And he was driving a old police car. He used to come up there, but he doesn't go over there that much undercover, But, yeah, they have a cop in their family. So they think they can do anything they want. Go scratch my car, my family shit, yank on the fence. When that house right there that I'm talking about, that I complained about to the city, I sent the city, the mayor of Lawndale, I sent him the videos. But see, when you do that, you're like, oh, you shouldn't be saying, He never answered back. I sent it to his email. And I complained about him, and they knew it. You could tell they fucking knew it, because they were doing more and more and more and more. The more you tell, the more they do. But they're stupid. They're dumb. But they already done fucked up and I can video them every time they're coming by here, and I'll video the side of my door, and that guy that sold me this car off of his lot will tell you this shit wasn't on there. And so they try to, because their cars are all fucked up, most of them. They try to make it look like, somebody else will look at their car, their car's like this, and they're the ones that are doing it. But they keep getting their shit jacked up by other people because people see them. But these people over here, for some reason, they're the only ones who live in that house that piss all over the fucking sidewalks. They don't do it no more because I called. And then they drop shit right here. I find nails. And then I know this place over here, but I clean it. Yeah, he keeps trying to scratch up my shit. The guy. And they already put scratches. A girl in the back, she scratched my truck from like from the end, like here, and I had a Dodge Ram. And I was in my truck. And she scratched it while I was in there from like there to all the way to where the bed, halfway through the bed with their dog chain. And that's what they do. They go walking their dogs, use the chain, they use their keys. Say they live 10 blocks away. Why are you holding your keys in your hand if you live 10 fucking blocks away? As soon as I click the clicker on my car, my keys are in my pocket. And then you got people walking down the street with keys, and they live the same thing, and they're walking. That's another thing, they're walking. Key scratching people's cars and doing stuff like that. And then you got the homeless people and the real lowlifes coming by and trying to do things. And you're just giving yourself away. You know, you're trying to make me run out and do something. Go, look, I told you she was crazy. No, I would be crazy if I just fucking kept letting you do this. No more. You're not getting my money. You can all go suck whatever you want to suck, but for somewhere else. You're not sucking nothing here. Okay, I'm not your mama. These ain't your titties. Jose, wherever you are, you better bump out, and everybody else better bump out. Steve, you better get out of here. You know, I know who you all are. Linda Morales, you better get going. Sitting here waiting for my mom to die so you can cash in on that. And then while you have a hit on me for no reason, because you're a psycho bitch, probably killed my uncle. It's funny how everybody dies before you and nobody's a smoker. None of your friends smoke or anything, but all that food you kept taking them, they freaking lost their mind and everything else. You know, and I'm not dumb. That bitch put blood in my Bible. She put blood in my Bible. That's why God gave you skin cancer. Fucking got cancer. She plays with freaking witchcraft. Put blood. I bought a brand new white thing. And see, she used to let the cat, Bobby, she used to tickle her on purpose, and Bobby would just cut her up, her hand, and it would drip. Her hand would drip. I mean, it would drip with blood. And I had bought a white top, real pretty top, because I was going to wear it under a shirt, you know. It was a very, lacy type of top, but I wasn't going to wear it like that. And it's none of her fucking business how I was going to wear it. You know? It's none of her business how I was going to wear that top. But I came home from working across the street at Phillips. I went in the drawer to get something, fucking sure enough, and I don't have periods. And, why would I have blood on a shirt from a period unless I wore it as a Kotex? She was doing all kinds of stuff. My divorce papers from Ramon disappeared there, and she played stupid and tried to put it on Brandon, and Brandon put it on her. And Brandon did something with my shit, her and Brandon and Susie and all, and Carlos and all them. So that's being fixed. They already know that something ain't right here. And so, anyways, back to that guy. He stays there. This time he didn't bring his bike. He never comes walking up. That's that other guy right here. He lives up the street. He's from Lenox. He's got a kid too. And he better not have walked behind my car. He's a bastard. He's the one that tagged up that wall years ago. I was out here and he pulled up in his truck and he tagged up the wall, but he's from Lenox. He's from Lenox. He acts like he's all bad and everything. He lives up the street. He don't even have papers. He's not even legal. Neither one of them are legal. And the one that just walked up, he has a daughter. And it's amazing that they act the way they do. And that guy's bitter. He's just so fucking bitter, that guy right there. He's so bitter. And he sends people, one day some girl that I knew from school, and he was walking with her and acting like, that bitch ain't gonna do nothing. She's not gonna do nothing. She's gonna be stupid if she fucking does anything for you. But anyways, he's looking over here and see how they sit like that? They sit there and hit at my window. And then both of them go around and they'll be real nice to the car in front, and they'll come right here, and they know I have to stay in my car. I won't stay out of my car here. It's not safe. They're not going to fuck my shit up. And the guy drives an ugly old little car. Even my truck was fucking better than the shit he bought. And he's a he does gardening. He works under the table. He doesn't even fucking make money here. He's the one that lives in that big old house with his 7 brothers, and they think they're punking Lawndale around. And so, anyways, he's got a kid, and she's older, maybe 8 to 10 years old or something. It's amazing. But, I can see why he's not with the girl, the lady. He's bitter. He's very bitter. Here comes that guy he's getting at. He's bitter. And, all he does is drink. He comes out here and he drinks. Guys are walking their dog. He's been sitting there for years doing that. And that guy better take off somewhere else. I'll hop out on this side. See, his friend just left. But I don't like that dude. He's talked to my brother, but I told my brother be careful with him, because he used to, sometimes my brother would be out in his car, and then all of a sudden a couple of times I saw him in my brother's car, and I go, I hope you're not going in the store and leaving your registration and everything, because the guy don't, because, he told my brother he didn't have his papers. My brother died. And so I was concerned about that. I was like, because they hate us. And that's why they hate us, and you shouldn't hate us. Hate the system, don't hate me. And so, but anyways, yeah, I don't like this dude, and I want to turn it on because he does do that, but, I said something to his friend, and the other day while he was there with him, and but next time I'm going to tell him, your friend don't cut this shit out, I'm going to get a restraining order, but I'm going to send the police to your house since it's your friend, and I don't know where he lives, and I don't know his name or anything. This girl, I've never seen this girl before, ever. Oh, that might be what's her name's kid in the back. Yeah, I don't know who that fucking is. Yeah, it's weird. All of a sudden, all kinds of fucking white bitches are coming through here. And I'm saying it like that because they've been doing shit too. Like this girl came earlier. Let's see if I can turn this around. This girl came by earlier. And I think she's related to Jose. She might be... I'm sorry, I tried to turn this around and I can't get it around. Not while it's on this, I can't get it around. I should have did it before. But anyways, all these people are coming by and they're targeting my car. You know, and it's only obvious. And nobody cares about you motherfuckers. And I don't care about Jose's girlfriends, how he fucked my niece. I don't care. That bitch needs to go. He needs to go to hell and never come back. I have nothing to him. I have no kids from him. This was all him. Growing up, knowing my family, fucking up my shit. Coming in. He was sent in to do this. To help rob me. His association is with Patsy Ruth as well. And Minetta. He keeps in touch and he runs, and he probably ran to my Nino out of jealousy. He's a weirdo. He's a faggot. And that's what they do. They circle around women. They don't like you guys. Women think that gay guys like them. They don't. Those are people that hate women. And I don't know when you're going to understand that. They don't like their own mothers. A person that doesn't like their own mother, look, my mom fucking treated me like shit growing up. Like I was a dude, and they were the girls. Okay? All this special. I know how Mexican mothers do. Treat their daughters like shit. That's why you're so evil. But I didn't let that happen to me. I saw it. I saw what they were doing. I was very intelligent as a baby, I'm assuming, because I looked dumb on paper to write things and do things, but in my mind, I was a lot older than you people. I was around people from the 1800s. I was a lot smarter than you. None of them had friggin' education in college. But yet they can build things and do things, and, you know, they're more creative. They were building sewing tent, big old tents and stuff. You know, these people, think that I'm ignorant. People need to stop hating. Get the hell out. You're not getting anything from me. You stole enough. You lied enough. You went into the court and said you were me, and you weren't me. Starting from my grandma. And the hell with the Paytons. I don't give a fuck. This is a family feud. See your way out of it. And that's what's fucking y'all up. You got in between a family feud. And this is a family feud I'm gonna fight. Because the way you did it, you could have came and asked me. You didn't go ask my grandma. You didn't go ask Philip. You didn't go ask my Nino. You didn't go ask my Nino when I was alive. You guys all stayed quiet and jealous. That bitch. You were probably saying. You didn't have the nerve. The courts did not have. It wasn't left to the courts to decide. The courts were out of it. The only thing that was spilled out there was whatever needed to be submitted after the will was done. It wasn't like, let's take her and put her in this and we'll do this out of jealousy. Even the courts were jealous. No. No, you were not invited. The only thing that was done was filled out paperwork that your courts required, your attorneys required. That's what it required. Is for you to process this through at this time when I die. Not like fucking 20 fucking years later. This bitch right here, you see her? She just walked right behind my fucking car with her keys, and she don't even drive. She better not have fucking scratched nothing here, till I'm gonna turn this on that bitch. Wendy, she's the one that signed and said that she was Danny, my brother, on some paperwork. Her. So I'm gonna turn this on because she walked right behind my car and I asked her don't do that no more. And she still did it. And I'm gonna see what that bitch did, because if she did something, I'm gonna fuck her, that bitch up. I'm tired of her. She's a bitch. She better stay off people's shit, is what she better do. And I'm gonna fucking tell my brother too. But anyways, I'm gonna look, because she's, her and the girl in the back are wanting to, her and her boyfriend, I'm gonna tell you something about that bitch right there in the back, Wendy Scallion. She's fucking a hater. She signed paperwork. She's involved. She's involved. She signed paperwork when my brother was in jail. And said she was, as a witness, that he didn't have a license. But that she was a witness that that was him sitting there, and he wasn't even sitting there. He was in prison. I don't even think he knows. That bitch better back the fuck up. With their keys, with no cars, walking by people's cars. So here's another thing. She used to work at some place off Crenshaw where that smoke shop is over there. In Marine. Go to the left and it's on the left side. I forgot the name of it. But she used to work at some place way back there. Supposedly that place got robbed while she was working there. And they accused her boyfriend of doing it, that guy that was walking with her. He's a thief. I don't think he got time, but they let her go. But it was some hole in the wall gambling place or something. It was probably not even legal. But somehow it got robbed while she was there. And she didn't get hurt or nothing, but, you know, word was that the guy that had the place knew it was her and her boyfriend that did it. And she signed something on my shit, and that bitch needs to go to jail. This whole neighborhood's involved, and then the girl that lives next door over here, she might be involved too. She worked for an attorney at the time, knows how to write up attorney paperwork. So, you know, people are acting stupid and they're acting a little too peculiar. And, yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, this is the people that keeps trying to do shit, and that guy, they're waiting for me to walk away. I can't even walk away from my shit. I can't even walk away. You know, this is ridiculous. That people hate so much. Yeah, they keep trying to, you know what it is, see, I've always taken care of myself. Always. And I took care of my kids too. I don't know who told you I didn't. If I was fucking retarded since I started having kids in 1980, my first son, and 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. 5 years later, my grandma dies. Okay? Then I go to Scrock. You know, I go to Hamilton Adult. And I go to school there for 6 months. My kids went to school there too. They had a daycare. So whoever went in there and said I was mentally ill and I was in a hospital or I wasn't mentally incapable is lying. And I never got a penny. Not a penny. I haven't got into the safe deposit boxes or nothing. And I'm not dumb. My grandmother had a safe deposit box. Because I used to take her to the bank sometimes. And Philip too. I used to take Philip to his bank. I didn't. The one he got the loan from, I didn't go inside with him because he was, he was still walking. And I'm not his power of attorney or anything like that, so I don't follow people. I just took him because he asked. And I used to take him over here to CVS, and he used to draw his money out there. The loan there. I saw the paperwork, and I have copies of the paperwork on Philip. You guys are all caught. You're fucking done. You're all done, Linda. And that house that Philip left, you left it to me. They're not even supposed to be living in there. And they weren't supposed to sell it. This is a crooked system, and that's what they're all helping with. No. And Philip had he had a godchild or something, but I'm going to say it again. He barely knew them. The parents came to him, and he said he knew why they did that. But I'm going to tell you, he wasn't going to leave them shit. And Philip even said it, because I went over a lot of things with him. I go, you don't want to leave anything to... No. The parents, they did that on purpose. He said, as soon as I baptized them, they started coming and asking for money, thousands of dollars. And using the kids, our parents need to borrow. Then they never paid it back. Then tried to come again. And Philip was like, Philip was like, He said no. And after that, I never seen him over there. I didn't even know he had godchildren till the end. He said that when they were younger, he said, but the parents, they want people with money. They saw I had a house and everything, and they're not getting my house. They got their own parents, and they have their own house, and they can split that up with their kids. I'm not making them rich. And they never paid me back. And he was angry with that. He didn't trust a lot of people. In the end, he didn't trust Brandon, or he didn't really... he knew that Brandon was related to my Aunt Linda, the guy that's listed on the thing, Brandon Bridges. He's related to my Aunt Linda. And they're all involved with helping steal it with Susie. He would have never gave him that. See, that guy went and got his bite. Not that you can't ride a bike, but that's weird. But anyways, and like I said about my grandma, she died in 1992. And she's here. She's not anywhere else. I see her on the registry in other place. I posted that up. She is not there. She didn't die there. She's here in California. She's buried in Palos Verdes. She bought 5 graves out there. She had 5 graves. There's still 1 left. Nah, that guy gotta go there sitting there. They're just drinking, look. And he don't, the guy, he says nobody in his family smokes. That's why he comes down here. Nobody in his family smokes. And I don't think they come home and drink. But that's all he does, is he drinks and smokes. And scratches up people's cars. He gets drunk, and then they walk around scratching up people's cars because they didn't get it. But they're punks. They need to go. They're vandalizing people's cars, too. And acting innocent because they live in a house. That don't mean shit. They're all illegal there. How did they buy a house if they're illegal? I mean, if you want to take people's money, take the ones that, or their homes and stuff. Stop taking people that are illegal. I'm legal. Born and raised here, and you're gonna have people like this treat you like you weren't born here. Period. I'm not an enemy to them. They're an enemy to themselves. They don't have paperwork. And I don't make fun of them, but don't fucking come over here and think you're gonna hate on my family because, we got family from Mexico and all that. We're not close with them. I was only close with my grandpa. My grandma I didn't even get to meet. She died when my mother was 15. We haven't had it easy. My mother fucking sure in the fuck didn't have it easy. She sure didn't. She didn't have a bunch of wetbacks helping her either. You can get mad and scratch up whatever. They ain't nothing but wetbacks to me. How's that? The way you don't like me, you keep trying to scratch. And it's not because what I'm saying. They've been doing this and I've had to speak out. These two need to go. They're fucking a menace. They really are. They're a menace here. Fucking, haters. And they could be killers. I don't know who this guy is, the other guy. He's probably did so many crimes here. You don't have papers. He probably did a lot of crimes here. They're evil. They're like stubborn. They'll walk by your car even when you tell them don't. And they'll circle around it. There'll be 2 or 3 of them walk by. One will walk in front of your car. One will scratch your shit up as you're going by. They'll scratch and one will go around your fucking right in front of you. That's why I jump out right away when I see them walking. And then the dog walkers will walk from over there and they'll wait instead of crossing over there at the cross fucking walk across the street and think, if you're gonna walk on this side, they wait till they get right there, and then if I'm parked right here, they come right like this and walk alongside it and try to do it, and that other bitch fucking scratched my car up. And these people too. Nobody touching their shit. You know why they park over here? Because they know we don't do shit to their shit. But they'll park over here just to come over here and do our shit. They're sick. Their wives are sick. They're sick. Their kids are sick. They're all sick. They taught their kid how to... These people just taught their kid how to use his fishing pole. The father told him, open it up. And he was scratching it. And I go, hey. And that's when his fucking hand went a little lighter on the shit. So fuck that. Fuck that guy. He thinks he's all that motherfucker. I don't like that dude. I told my brother. He's probably, while you're in the store grabbing fucking beer for him, like an idiot, he's in your glove compartment looking at your fucking, your registration. I don't trust him. But anyways, thanks. I'm gonna post it. I don't care. Bye.